Listener discretion is advised. And now, America's most exciting radio talk show, The Savage Nation. And here he is, Michael Savage.
And it is hour number 2 of the Open Newspaper Friday segment that I initiated tonight. Everyone does the same thing Russia's been doing since 1898, which is Open Mic Friday. I figured, let's change something. Stop talking about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Founding Fathers. And please don't say Ronald Reagan one more time. Please. I mean, the message is wonderful, but we're not a civics class in radio. Radio is fundamentally an entertainment medium. Never forget it. I don't care what your politics are. I hope that they're patriotic and conservative as mine are. But for God's sakes, the people have to listen to you. And if they're not entertaining statements, don't say them. Take a vow of silence. Go to a nunnery. Just go to a nunnery. Don't do talk radio anymore. You're just driving people away from conservative values the more you do that. Stop wrapping yourself in the flag. It sounds tinny. Who am I talking to? Everybody in the business. I'm trying to save talk radio from itself. So I'm going to go back to Open Newspaper Friday on the Savage Nation. I only got up to page A11 in today's Old York Times. I'm up to the wine auction pages. Double spread. We'll talk about Italian wine in a minute. But I closed the last hour talking about John Bon Jovi's daughter, the poor, unfortunate 19-year-old, instead of learning about the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights, was found OD'd in a dorm room, rushed to a hospital, and presto, the next day charges were dropped, along with her buddy in the room with her. And I looked into the law. It's the same in New Jersey. And the law is interesting. It's called the Good Samaritan Emergency Response Act in New Jersey. And what it is, it provides limited immunity for people who seek medical assistance for someone experiencing a drug overdose. Neither the OD victim, the junkie in other words, nor the junkie's friend who seeks medical assistance for the junkie could be arrested, charged, prosecuted, or convicted for obtaining, possessing, using, or being under the influence of a controlled dangerous substance, possessing drug paraphernalia or needles, inhaling or possessing any toxic chemical, or unlawfully obtaining, attempting to obtain, or possessing prescription drugs. In addition, they receive immunity for any penalty for parole, probation, or restraining order violation. Now, see, the theory from the liberals who passed it, Senator Joseph Vitale and Senate Majority Leader Loretta Weinberg in New Jersey, say this is to protect good Samaritans who call 911 to seek medical assistance for someone experiencing a drug OD. But what it really is a way out of being prosecuted for using heroin. How do you do it? Simple. Let's say the cops just kicked your door in and they're about to bust you and the needle's hanging out of your vein. What you do is you throw yourself on the floor and the guy with you says, "Oh, she's ODing. Thank you for showing up, officer. Look at my cell phone. I was just calling 911. Bingo. So you get a shyster lawyer from NYU or Columbia or one of the other institutions of lower living, and you get immunity for any penalty. In fact, you become a good Samaritan. And so this encourages people to OD on drugs. So this is what you mean by unintended consequences. This is how liberalism works. Nothing they touch ever works out properly. So there it is. You'll understand what you just learned. The Good Samaritan Emergency Response Act is how John Bon Jovi's daughter got off with the OD in the dorm room. Can you imagine what's going on in our colleges today? Bon Jovi shocked over the bust. Teen daughter's heroin arrest shakes family. All right, well, I'm sorry for the daughter's ODing and all of that. And I'm not saying she should be put away for life, but there's something wrong here. 19-year-old Hamilton College student, I love it. It seems oxymoronic. Hamilton College student was found initially unresponsive after she apparently overdosed in a dorm room. That's what they're learning in a college today, how to put a needle in their arm? What, do they watch too many movies by Harvey Weinstein? Every Harvey Weinstein movie either has how to use heroin, how to smoke a cigarette, how to use a gun. But he's the biggest liberal in the movie business. How does that work? Bon Jovi's daughter and a fellow student, Ian Grant, was subsequently charged with possession of a small amount of heroin and marijuana. But then the drug charges against Stephanie and her drug friend were dropped, prosecutors said yesterday. But the magazine reports the incident has shaken the otherwise normal and tight-knit rock and roll family. Oh, sure. We were shocked to hear about what happened. Stephanie is a sweetheart and so down to earth. She always wanted to party, but not in a way that made anyone think differently of her or any other teenager. No, all teenagers today overdose in a dorm room. That's the American way. And with Obamacare, you can overdose till you're age 26, and the government will come to help you. If you're a 26-year-old heroin addict living at home, Obamacare will now pay for your treatment, probably for your needles, because you're entitled to a clean needle. You don't want to have to do what people in inner cities do and reuse needles, do you? No. If you're a white kid living in the suburbs and you OD, you get clean needles from the government. Isn't this wonderful? I mean, I think America's a great place. I really do. So now you learn two things today in the Savage Nation. In the first hour, you learn that the estate taxes, which are currently 1/3 of everything you save all your life and pay taxes on, the gangster regime takes away from you at your death. But that's not enough for the Obama regime. They want to take away 55% of what you've saved and been taxed on your whole life, making certain that you'll never pass anything on to your children. Well, you say, well, there's nothing new under the sun. Liberals rob money from people so they can continue to fly in Air Force 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and go on vacations from anywhere in the world with the royal family. I mean, the first family, etc. Well, there is something new in the world, something you didn't know before the show. China and Russia have no estate taxes. Did you know that? You didn't know that. Don't make believe you knew everything. You didn't know that. You learned it on the Savage Nation, because I do my homework.